There's very less time. They'll be capture the culprits and give the punishment as soon as possible. In this scenario, legal system mentioned like whatever punishment at Scotland was this is like a model for the countries to develop the policies in the controlling of the crimes. Because they have the less number of acts, but implementation will be very strict about that. They developed such information system to the country to obey all the citizens whomsoever they are, resident to small citizen too. So same similar manner, we can see in USA as a significant issues regarding the states provides information and organize them under 5 broad categories, mainly Federal Organization for Information Policies, relationship between the federal government, there is a stakeholder in the information sector and information technology, and also economic growth of the particular government information and public access and availability of the government information then and then ready to use. In this, they already gone to the root level to reduce the barriers. Now we can see the index, whichever is the happy index, based on the people access to the information flow of the theory. You can see the federal information policies of the USA in 1980s and 90s. The bodies, mainly government printing office, this gives a access to the people through the libraries. Whatever government information given, it should be readily available. Firstly deposited the library program, then they'll be distributed to the common citizen for the particular country, mainly in the USA. And the Congress and subcommittees, they developed then in between 1985 and 86 alone, more than the 500 bills in the resolution were introduced. A few of them we can discuss in this subcommittee on government information, justice, and another one is the House Committee on Science, Space, and Technology. You can see the how top they are now. This committee has been involved in the efforts to stop privatization of the national technical information services. If it gives allow to privatize, influence will become more and more to get the money out of the need of the particular country. So security becomes a threat to the particular area where the technical information is given as a privatized. This is the most important recent initiative has been the reviewing of the area of the science information policy in the country. That's why they developed the STEM grants by the government with the participants of CSR fellowship. Office and technology assessment. You can see that support how the agency is involved in that with the projects. And you can see Federal Library and Information Centers. The Interagency Committee located in the Library of Congress. Now you can see the top libraries in the world is one of the topmost one in Library of Congress. How the information categories and given to the public for the whole country citizens, whomsoever there, they can visit and see the documents. Office Management Budget, OMB, and Office Information and Regulatory Affairs. It establishes the issue that regarding the US information policy, budgetary allocations to that particular area. Information policy in UK, mainly in the 1985, advancing with the knowledge. 1988, automation of strategy. Later, 1989 and 94, gateway of the knowledge to the British Library State Plan. And 1992, acquisition policy of the Document Supply Center. And collection portfolio. 2000 for scholarship, research and innovation strategic objective for the year 2011. Automation strategy, we can see that in brief, services as well as priorities in the research 1989 and 94. What are the priorities particular country to go for the further step to allocate the funds by the government, which collected by the citizens' tax? Information UK 2000. With the technological advancement, the policy enhanced technological policies to particular country, mainly in UK. What is the infrastructure? How can be given created as employment based on the economic advancement? And also mentioned in the page number 243, legal and regulatory policies. Mainly this is involved copyright, security, and training. How the particular country taken a copyright as a legal, regulatory, it will be controlled others to not to copy, or else we cannot divide it, the royalty to pay back. And also, this is, you can see the policymakers need to aware about the implication of the issues related to the law of contract, protection against criminal activity, and freedom of information versus personal privacy. Nowadays, you can see many issues are coming where they are influenced to become as a YouTube. They become as a best phenomena to share the information, free flow of information. Everybody is having the freedom of the information. But when the content is developed, they're not taking such a parameter. You can come to know that recently what happened. There's a small child abuse regarding the cases are going right now. How the comments based on the portrayed to in a negative manner by the society, to the society, whether those are YouTubers, those are people. The strict action taken place at the root level itself is controlled. Otherwise, once it is already shared, the control measure will not be applicable until unless next not to happen. Recent example I can pick up with that. This is a regulatory policies to be framed even in our country. Example I can tell about that small one guy mentioned regarding the child and his father portrayed as a negative way, and they jailed that particular YouTuber recently, the recent ones. So these regulations should be taken place by the policy when the frame by the country.
సార్ కొంచెం వాయిస్ స్లోగా ఉంది సార్.
Okay. So I'll take care now. Education and training. This is regarding what are the requirement of the people regarding education, how it can be trained by the people. Just a minute. Okay. ఒకసారి రమ్మన్నా ఆమె రమ్మన్నా ప్రేమ 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 ఒకసారి అయిపోయింది. Sorry to disturb. This is regarding training. Training and placement cell. Training and placement cell, how it can be education needed to the people as well as the sector where we are influencing to the capacity of that particular area, mainly workforce, population, impact on their education and training. Other one is political policies are based on the issues. How the political influence in the making the policies. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, sorry. Just a minute, small inconvenience, just 2 minutes. Sorry for the inconvenience, please. How the education and training, actually, any country based on the education developments with allowed infrastructure, available infrastructure, how they can incur the investment to educate the people for their ultimate productivity by the citizen of that particular country. In this, mainly, we can see how the youth comparatively in India, we can see education and training regarding recently come out with skilled people are not available even though they are having the certificates. This is regarding high number of the registrations are going on for the particular subject. Mainly we can see engineering and even medicine also too. When really they come for the practice, becoming as a tough situation to analyze the organization. Are they available ready to serve the society or not? In this manner, how the policies taken place, the public policies taken place by the country heads depends upon the country to country based on the political environment. We can see 3 decades back, there was less institutions in engineering, but after 2 decades, become as a volume of very high number in the country. Later, it reshuffled, coming down. But because of high number of the institutions coming out as an investment, become as a business development for their name and fame. Those are really served for the society decades a lot. They are unable to get the plenty of money regarding they cannot manipulate the things. They've given like a missionaries come forward to educate the people. They are surviving even now with the less impact. Comparatively, others are involved as a business. How the organization policy issues based on the partnership and planning, and it is a representation, how it will be for the society. We can come across to the information policy of India. We can see government, how the information policy framed root level based on the public libraries, development of the public libraries. This is like a policy information to share with the people what are the literature available in India main. We can see other sectors like, besides these chain of public libraries have been established in the country, it will look like a people institution, like public institutions. It is a open as a universities blocks. It's a public libraries. If anybody can come and access the information in a given time at the area particular community. Previously, these are become as a major role even in the movement of independence. Why? Because the people educated and shared their information and also analyze the requirement of that particular task, where it is lacking behind the country, where we need to act. So this policy prepare after the independence become as a access to the public library as well as national importance institutions come forward to share their resources within the group as per the goal of that particular authority. There are libraries like National Library, National Medical Library, Indian Agriculture Research Institute Library as a special areas in addition, the National Library of Calcutta. During the last couple of years, Indian libraries are coming impact of information technology catching attention, but not up to the mark, we can say. Comparatively, British Library is a given like a model. For every 5 years, there'll be like refreshed stock with infrastructure also. When it is a data developed to share in the regional as well as the local level, especially implement within the higher education system, NICENet is there, DELNet and CalibNet in MalibNet. These all are like sharing the information resources within the group of particular community or a particular area. Even though these developments are not up to the mark, we can say, even after the IT technology is adopted. Then we can see the objectives of the national information policy to make or create a steps, mobilize and upgrading the existing library and information system and services in the initiating new programs relevant to our national needs, taking advantage of the latest advance in the information technology. Knowledge Commission come forward to frame the libraries regarding how it can be networked and cater the needs of the society as per the requirement. This is to be encourage individual initiatives for the acquisition and dissemination of the knowledge and for the discovery of the new knowledge. You have to create a new knowledge to develop the atmosphere first. With this National Information Policy of India, plan to establish the network with the National Informatics Center, NIC, coming forward with the department to department as well as public library system too. We can see Kisan app. This is like information policy developed by the agriculture sector. How the lab reach to land. When the research is going on in the lab, how it can be reached. Scientists develop a research output, but if it is not reached to the particular community, mainly farmers apply that particular knowledge which is produced to develop that particular crop or yield enhancement. At the same time, legal system too. We can see the legal system influenced to incur the amount of 6,000 crores recently by the central government, allowing to develop the legal infrastructure, mainly IT, applications of the IT in the field of legal system. So this is the based on the national information policy, where we can be developed, where we are behind to see the budget allocations. Mainly these are factors governing the NIP in India. We can see the factors, growth of formulation of the national information policy, user and their information requirements. Previously, we used to like go to the public library to see the first hour as a newspaper. If it is continued,
general one, even extended services for the competitive examinations, or else their enhancement of the knowledge to check where they can be competitive. At the same time, just please kindly hold, ma. This is regarding planning of NIP for India. While planning NIP, the major key issues: the role of government, the creation of dissemination of information to the individuals, the concept of public good and effect in the information use and abuse, application of new technology in information processing, and by adopting appropriate low-cost software techniques. When we are unable to incur that particular infrastructure at the level of our own country, it is under developing. We are not so developed. But when the technological advancement we need, the equipment purchase capacity to be increased based on the competitive advantage in the nation to nation. Particularly within India, nation information policy is particular about the how it can be accessed with the people as per the available information source. Creation of National Commission of Information System Library Services, apex body formulate and executed the national policy. This is resulted mainly is a knowledge commission, particularly about the public infrastructure development in the libraries and also networked with the other libraries too in the country. So, especially we can see the Raja Ram Mohan Library Foundation. Government established the act in this issue is a foundation took place as a RRLF in the 1970s as an information policy developed as early as possible to the country, where they can touch the sources and allow to transfer the information resources to the particular community based on the requirement. The foundation took a task 1981 and after the careful deliberation submitted to the draft national policy on library and information systems to the government in July 1984. In this system, public library system established and also given by the central government, framed as an act adopted by the states. Ministry of HRD, Department of Culture, developed as a public library system, academic library system, special library and information system, the national library system and bibliography services, manpower development and professional status to the particular area and particular profession, and modernization of library and information system taken up under the NAPLIS, mainly library information system included in the national information policy. In this phenomena, Department of Education already established within the framework of Government of India, given a cost to the selected middle high schools, ordered to purchase the books based on the particular users' need in that particular area, mainly around 300 to 400 books by the recommendation of the Department of Education, even including to the village and panchayat. In these villages, village libraries also developed. In that, they allowed purchase as per the requirement of the particular area, need of the particular citizen or particular users, to collect the library resources and share to the people based on the available time. Some people, they go for the farming at the morning hours, come back, and leisure time, they want to go and use the particular panchayat library. In a given hour, they have to keep open to share that government information tool to reach the people. In a Ministry of Rural Development, also open the centers in the 1 lakh centers estimated 8th 5-year plan. 5-year plan, they established minimum needs program by the 2000 AD, like after year 2000. This plan of Ministry Rural Development has taken as assistance from the Department of Social Welfare. National Literacy Mission, Education for All program, for a common welfare program established by the government and forced to include the working group to enhance the services in the education for all. Mainly education for all, major drastic development in the distance education system. Mainly, we can see our motto of the Ambedkar, education at their doorstep, already taken by the university. Even now, it is working for the people at a very less cost to educate the people. Comparatively, other conventional method of teaching. And Planning Commission influenced the development of a public library system, academic library system and archives, national library system and bibliographic system, and organization, finance and informatics. We can see the 1995 effectively this is suggested with the feasibility of the development of the each subsector mentioned in this particular plan. How effective shall we have we made latest information technology? Now, public library system, we can see how it will be interacted with the people, even including the initiation of the vaccine, mainly polio vaccination. These leaflets gone through the public library to the people and highlighted with the advertisements. Slowly, citizens become as a comfortable in their zone. Yes. Otherwise, the people used to like reluctant to take the polio drops because they don't have any knowledge about the polio drops, why they are giving. To eradicate the polio in the country, thought to influence at a time stroke. Like, see, one day, entire country, particular 5 hours, given a period, vaccination done, the majority of the people will be vaccinated and effort will become as a goal to eradicate completely in the country. Otherwise, like one day one took, one day one took. How can we populate like people like India, populated country, to take a stringent action to take the polio based on the national information policy to the library, public libraries, educated the people with the phenomena of the public policies to the citizen, those who are well versed in that particular area. The system helped a lot. In this, state government and the local bodies and the gram panchayats given an influence to take care about the health of the society as well as technology advancement reached to the people, to particular sector, to come up with the ideas to innovate as a happy index or develop as a happy nation. Because I know about this, like state government, almost in 2008, Dr. Mallikarjun mentioned about the country. Yes, we are very less literate. Illiteracy will be like more and more comparatively in the rural area. If it is any new thing coming, for what purpose? No one knows about that. If it is reaches properly, it's okay. Otherwise, small example I can tell about that. One state, even government mentioned infrastructure development, digging the one lane. They told about the community, like social, local area. This is regarding not to allow the cattle to take a feed of that grass. This is a stoppage regarding, so kindly not allow. In a wrong way, I mentioned. Because they communicated digging the things to connect the network with the cable system, which is not allowed that particular area for a years together. Once technology comes, people will connect to the world. When people connect to the world, they'll be educated. This is regarding the illiteracy. If not influenced to take the health system as a serious way, they'll be like a disease communicable. It affects the country total. So to eradicate, a small example given by the Dr. Mallikarjun, how the people are very effective manner to take the polio. They used to stand and they used to go to the nearest station when the government announced to take particular day, influenced without literacy. Even people, mainly women, they come forward to take the drops by their kids. So everybody is like, yeah, once given a role to play, they'll be definitely obey the rules. Until unless it won't reach, it become as a waste. Even the culture-oriented, even advanced, studied people also. Until unless it comes to the realize that particular fact as a information on the nation interest. In this, sometimes non-book material also have been major source of dissemination of the information. We can tell about that example as a leaflet regarding or signage to that particular day or audio visualization regarding that particular government of agencies to deliver the information. We can see slides in the movie theaters. It educate the people what's happening. Small example already mentioned about the Amul used to give the like a picture about the what is happening with the cartoon. It is even now it is become as a famous. Whatever lead of that particular information given in a small cartoon become as a representation by the information, like how what action is going to take in place, what is the things happening in a single go. Even that almost decades practice is there by the Amul. So we can see how the missions are working in the national information policy, even India, when include the abroad. Small example I can tell about the policy of the construction. Now we can see James Law, when we talk regarding about the zero pollution, he mentioned about the country like Singapore. Compare with the other countries. If anything like archival museum obstructing the way in the middle of the road, the country based on the availability of the resources of the land, we will say we will procure and we will keep aside. But when the land itself is a very less, how the people can act and see their own development. As an example, we can see Singapore is like a very small district like a Rangareddy, but in the development in Asia, definitely top institutions established in that. maybe the top 10 we can say. In the Asia is only the number 1 in Singapore. How it is a compete with the world based on the requirement of the people need and also the competitive advantage with them. With this capacity, they grown. Now slowly, we can compare with the agricultural too. We have the plenty of the land to develop our crops to feed the country needs. But when the Singapore-like country, they don't have the area to develop that as per the need of the particular society, established there, developed the population, started hanging agriculture. Because vertical agriculture there, we are now slowly in a city, urban areas, roof gardens are developed to take that small crops like vegetables and house plants are developing the product to be utilized as per the need of that particular area. But what about the country like Singapore? Though they are having population size everywhere, like developing countries or developed countries, size of the population is increasing, but the resources are diminishing to feed that particular citizen or particular country. So, with the objectives of the national information policy takes place to establish the system, how we can access to the country citizen as well as other countries too under the global phenomena. With this, when the people are thinking about the small legal system, we can tell about that. Some legality, the information policy is not taken place. Somebody is going to like punish as a serious offense. But some institutions, like some countries, they are not hanging. But some countries are allowed to hang the people based on the severe about the damage of the particular area. This information in a international court of justice, if the members are there, they have to share the information, what is happening there, how they are respecting their values of the democracy and also the legal system, which unbiased in manner. If they need freedom, even they have to work for the fundamental duties also. If the rights are allowed to enjoy, at the same time, rights is equivalence when the practicing duties also mentions. When the duties ignored, how they can take the rights? This phenomena developed by the information system of a particular country establishes the committees to come forward, disseminate the information regarding, minimize the damage, and maximize the happiness index of particular country. Sure, we are able to conclude in the next class how the library and information studies, education, training, and research taken place as per the new phenomena we can. The book already given a basic things, but how we can attend the digital technologies too within the library and information services. Mainly our studies, education, how we are accredited, because there is no accredited body regarding except the UGC given a permission to run the course as per the overall programs accredited as per the body like NAC or MBA. But when the information policy can be come forward to take the measures, what are the actual requirement by the society and what is the facing by the problem, like whatever it is, can be matching or it is a mismatch by the number and the process output. Already mentioned, like example, engineers are not ready to work. Only 5 to 10% are people well equipped to work, readily available engineers to work. In this area, term as a skill university term comes forward. After getting certification, what are the skills to be required for the particular job or particular product or particular area required by the organization to establish competitive human resources to make benefit of the particular business or a particular organization. Here, definitely, we have to think about how the studies are going on, mainly library and information science sector. What is the phenomena about the service sector, right? How can we serve like digital libraries? And how can we serve as a hybrid libraries? This can be inculcated in an area like syllabi as a specialization, health information specialization. If it is mentioned, they can work in the health sector or health industry. Legal information system established in the area mainly as an elective. It can be developed to make use of that particular person to establish the legal information system to take care when they are having the knowledge about that specifically. Librarian can handle all the information regarding how can be categorized, classified, and allowed to the people. Small, if boosted particular area, mainly like a legal or a health systems, or information like spatial information system area, mainly in a map analyzing, we can say. Google giving the maps, sometimes it may be leads to nowhere. So, the organization policies is influenced to develop as a national information policy, as well as international policies can be exchanged with the ideas of common platform like United Nations. You can see World Health Organization, mainly information regarding any new diseases coming up, new vaccines are inventing to eradicate the problems of the particular health sector. In the phenomena, in information policy, we can compare other countries too. We can tell about that in this situation. Let us sum up what we noticed regarding this, how the formulations taken place in the national information policy, mainly before independence or after independence, and present in a IT advancement. How the international level we are able to keep a network and assess the information we organized and sent to the end user too. In-depth study of the implementation of the national information policies in different developed and developing countries reveal the fact that still lot of effort to be taken place. Requirement will be more and more to address the needs of the society. Based on the international information policies too. Round level development should be developed. Round development of individual countries to come forward to invest the infrastructure as a investment to develop as a happy index of the particular country. When the people are happy, flow of information without barriers, we can see dark class will be there. Like we can mention about that sometimes. What are the dark class? There is no dark light. Allah means once it is prepared, that's it. La is la. There is no dark. But if it is subsidized, the particular area to only particular community or a particular country or a particular piece of piece of land, become as a legal testing of particular act. Now, we will think about the global access with local knowledge. Previously, there is no like language processing in IT. Now we can see the website not only the single language. When we go to the particular area, you can click which language you want. English, Hindi, Telugu, Urdu, whatever you want. When it goes to the education sector, still it is under the process to test the capacity of the person, which language is perfect. In this, Triple like institutions coming forward to develop a language to reduce the barriers with the natural language processing. Thoroughly, they are communicating in 14 languages. Some more they are going to add with the effort of the specialization particular area, mainly in India, commonly in English mainly. With the people, those are unable to express their knowledge, yes, future will be there. They can convert the texture into the required purpose. If they speaks in a particular language own, like small example I can tell about Telugu, same person, if able to speak in a different language, like English, we can say, how it looks, or a French, how the body action will be taken place. There's a virtual phenomena is going on, virtual reality. Nowadays, we can think about the virtual reality. This is represents the information flow reaches the people as per their own interest. Lecture is going on in English, but we are able to only listen in a particular local language. It converts. Natural language processing is like taking a role in that particular area. Definitely, it comes in less time. People can enjoy. Anyway, we are experiencing the text. Small example we can see I mentioned regarding many languages are there in a website. Which language you want? Immediately, when you can see the Wikipedia, even a Google also. You can Google some term. Now it is able to see the parallel in a different language. If you are interested, if you click, definitely it gives 90% information in a conversion mode. Sometimes it may not be grammatic or any error will be there, but 80 to 90% we can guess what is that paragraph mean, what question means, how the information come out. So we have to look forward again as a library profession in future, how we can see this free flow of information based on the privacy of the people too. It can be give the good phenomena to the society as a facilitator. Librarian become as a facilitator. Sometimes even CEO, CK, CKO, Chief Knowledge Officer, Chief Knowledge Manager, wherever we are handling the services, first we should think about that what the goal of the particular organization. What is the policy particular organization, mission, goal, objective. These all, once you adopt, the services will be rendered very easily. So this is like last 2 more minutes, I think. We can just interact because last session going regarding the library and information studies, mainly education and training, how the syllabus is there, how we are able to enjoy that particular all 15 units. So we can talk regarding the 16th unit as an end lesson. So anybody else you can talk regarding, ma? Yes, please. Anything else to? 1 more minute to check. Yes? Yeah, be ready to go for the next class. By 11:30 it may start. Thank you so much, and kindly excuse for inconvenience. I'm unable to be available with the video. Anyway, wish you all the best for your exams. Already notification come out. Schedule may give the release immediately. I think after after your paying of the registration fees, everything, they may become forward regarding under the process, your schedule, I think they may be give the dates of the examination too. Kindly check the notices regularly. If there is any revised notices, don't skip and see the assignments. Submit those are not submitted. I think given a choice. Month end, I think, I don't know.
Sir,
Yes,
sir,
tell
I
me,
have
ma'am.
one doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir,
Yes.
ఇప్పుడు అసైన్మెంట్ లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ మొత్తం అసైన్మెంట్ పాస్ అయిపోతే మళ్ళీ అసైన్మెంట్ రాయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదా సార్? మళ్ళీ రాయాలా?
మీకు మార్క్స్ ఇచ్చారా ఇవ్వలేరు దానికి?
అసైన్మెంట్ మార్క్స్ ఇచ్చేసారు, పాస్ అయిపోయాను. ఓన్లీ థియరీ పేపర్ రాయాలి, థియరీ పేపర్స్ రాయలేదు. అయితే
అది
అసైన్మెంట్స్
రాయొచ్చు.
మీరు
అప్పుడు అప్లై
రాయాలా?
చేశారమ్మా? కాదు, థియరీ పేపర్స్ రాశారా రాయలే అంటే అప్లై చేశారా చేయలేదా?
థియరీ పేపర్ రాయలేదు, అసైన్మెంట్స్ సబ్మిట్ చేస్తే పాస్ అయిపోయినా, మంచి మార్క్స్ వచ్చింది. మళ్ళీ అసైన్మెంట్స్ రాయాలా సార్?
కాదమ్మా, థియరీ పేపర్స్ రాయలేదు అంటే ఒకటి అబ్సెంట్ అయ్యారా, లేకపోతే అసలు ఎగ్జామ్
అబ్సెంట్ అయ్యాను.
ఎగ్జామ్ ఫీజు కట్టి అబ్సెంట్. ఒక్కసారి చెప్పండి. ఎగ్జామ్ ఫీజు కట్టారు, హాల్ టికెట్ వచ్చింది,
హాల్ టికెట్ వచ్చింది, అబ్సెంట్ అయ్యాను, థియరీ పేపర్ అసైన్మెంట్స్ సబ్మిట్ చేసి పాస్ అయిపోయా.
దానికి అవసరం లేదనుకుంటా. ఒకసారి మీరు రాజగౌడ్ సార్ అడగొచ్చు. దానికి అవసరం లేదండి. ఎందుకంటే ఎవరైతే అసైన్మెంట్ సబ్మిట్ చేశారు కానీ ఎగ్జామ్ పే చేయలేరు అనుకోండి, అక్కడే
అసైన్మెంట్స్ పాస్ అయిపోయాను.
మీకు మెమో ఫెయిల్ సబ్మిట్ చేయాల్సిన పని ఉండకపోవచ్చమ్మా. అందుకని ఒక్కసారి రాజగౌడ్ సార్తో కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసుకోండి, ఓకేనా?
ఓకే.
మీ హాల్ టికెట్ ఉంటేనేమో రాయాల్సిన పని. హాల్ టికెట్ లేని వాళ్ళకు ఆ బ్యాచ్ ఉండదు కదా అప్పుడు కదా, మళ్ళీ సబ్మిట్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. అట్లా ఒక్కసారి చూడండి.
హాల్ టికెట్
నంబర్ తోని సార్కి ఒక్కసారి మెన్షన్ చేసి ఫ్రీగా ఉన్నప్పుడు, లేదంటే మన సెంటర్ ఉంది కదా కాలేజ్ యూనివర్సిటీ సెంటర్ లో ఒకసారి కనుక్కోండి. ఫోన్ చేసి కనుక్కోండి, ఓకేనా? విష్ ఆల్ ద బెస్ట్. ఓకే, టేక్ కేర్, బాయ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అమ్మా, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
సార్. అయిపోయింది క్లాస్ ఇంకోటి.